Walker inside their home in Edmond and arrested their son Michael. He is charged with first-degree murder. Well, safety matters, and Texas security experts weigh in on the state's proposed school safety bill today. Bill covers more than a dozen recommendations from roundtable discussions and hearings last year after the school shooting in Santa Fe. It requires districts to form a threat assessment team, come up with an operations plan for emergencies, and consider increasing a police presence. District leaders say it's a good start.
I am very optimistic because failure in this is not an option. We owe it to our children, we owe it to future generations to create the safe environment for their educational experience, but we owe it as a society to Americans as a whole to stop this epidemic of violence that somehow has been created in this country.
Lawmakers will continue working with community members across the state to adjust this bill. Education matters, and it's good news for teachers in Texas. The Texas Senate approves a $5,000 annual raise for teachers and school librarians. Bill now heads to the State House. State could fund raises of more than 350,000 full-time classroom teachers and librarians beginning next year. A local workforce training program gets a big boost for the third straight year. Texas Mutual Insurance Company presents Texarkana College with a $100,000 grant. The money funds workplace safety training courses, which are provided free to employees. Now, so far, more than 1,000 people have received training through this program.
It's having a huge impact for our region and for the people and the companies in our region.
Business owners benefit when their workers aren't injured because they're able to stay on the job and be productive. The workers themselves benefit from being able to remain healthy. And of course, the insurance industry benefits from having lower levels of claim activity.
Texas Mutual Insurance Company has donated $7.6 million to colleges all across the state. Health Matters, a Texarkana clinic, is bringing smokers together to help them kick the habit. And as NBC6's Heather Wright reports, the group has a high success rate.
75-year-old Gary Nolte has been smoking for 57 years. He suffers from COPD.
It finally got to the point I just couldn't breathe without having medication or stopping and catching my breath.
He's tried to quit smoking a few times and failed, but this time he has some extra support.
You don't get the feeling that you're by yourself.
Most people that smoke want to stop smoking. They just don't know how to do it.
Karen Dials is a respiratory therapist. She and nurse practitioner George Burgess lead this group, their second one so far.
Our first group, we had a 72% quit rate.
The group gathers for 8 sessions, usually about once a week. They discuss coping with withdrawal and triggers.
We talk about situations socially to avoid to keep from smoking. There's a very high relapse rate around alcohol, for instance, since alcohol lowers the inhibition.
Usually members are prescribed medication to help them quit.
It's a very addictive process, just as addictive as cocaine or heroin.
In this group, people can speak freely.
One person may have an idea of how to deal with triggers that another person hasn't thought of yet.
As for Nolte, he hasn't smoked for 2 weeks now, and he has some advice for others who want to quit.
Get help. Talk to somebody that's been there and make up your mind that you want to do it. It won't work unless you want to do it.
Heather Wright, NBC6 News.
Heather, thank you so much. Sessions are covered by most insurance plans and Medicare. For more information, head over to our website. It's arklatex homepage.com.